All right. The United States has entered the war against Iran. The U.S. bombs Iran. Three facilities bombed: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Donald Trump has started a war. Donald Trump has started a war. So this is the guy who claimed that he was anti-war. Of course, he was full of crap. Instead, what he did was he took donor money and did whatever the donors told him to do. In this case, the Adelson family has given him $317 million. If in the context of reporting on this war that America has started under Donald J. Trump, you're a reporter and you don't note the fact that he has received over $300 million to follow Israel's orders, you are not really a reporter. So, gee, I wonder why Trump started the war, even though he said 1,000 times over that he was anti-war. No, it probably has nothing to do with the donors, right? Mainstream media, nothing to do at all. Well, right now on online media, go wherever you like, Israel First is celebrating. They did it. They got America into this war. So from now on, Israel will slowly begin to withdraw from the war, and America will fight it from now on. So now the moron named Donald Trump thinks that the war is over. He posted on True Social. Here, let me see if I can find that for you. And then I'm going to tell you about Iran's capabilities and what they might do next to our troops who are conveniently sitting ducks in the middle of the Middle East. And that is not by accident. That's because that's what Israel wanted. They wanted to drag us into this war and then have Iran retaliate against our troops. We'll come back to that in a second. But here's the True Social post from the moron named Donald J. Trump, also the liar named Donald J. Trump. I will be giving an address to the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern, so that's coming up in a little bit, at the White House regarding our very successful military operation in Iran. This is a historic moment for the United States of America, Israel, and the world. Iran must now agree to end this war. Thank you. That's what he wrote. Why must Iran agree to end this war now? Imagine if we just got attacked in 3 different places. Oh, Iran attacked Colorado, New York, and Montana. And of course, America will not retaliate because we are weak and useless. Is that how we would react? Of course not. What would we do? We would counterattack. What would any people attack like this do? They would counterattack. So what do you think they're going to do? It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. But I truly believe that the moron named Donald J. Trump got talked into this by Neocon warhawks. And they're like, oh, Donnie, it's going to be easy. And once you bomb their facilities, they won't be able to strike back. No, 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 no. Your troops look like they're sitting ducks. They don't have Iron Dome. We have Iron Dome. We'll be safe, relatively safe. But your troops are in a world trouble. But don't worry, Donnie. After you bomb them, I bet they don't strike back. And the rest of the war's already over. I bet they do unconditional surrender afterwards. Well, maybe they will. Maybe their capabilities were overstated the whole time, and maybe they just have no ability to fight back. That's possible. But barring that, they're going to attack, and our troops are going to get killed, and they're going to get killed way more than any Israeli troops are going to get killed because they're not hidden under Iron Dome. And then what are the neocons going to say? What is mainstream media going to say? They're all going to say, "Oh, our troops have been attacked," as if we didn't start the war. So remember today. Today is the day we attacked Iran. So when they counterattack, of course, I know, guys. See, that's the thing with. So we're going to get into MAGA, okay? And what are they going to do here? Because that is going to be critical. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out who everyone is. Okay. We just found out who Donald J. Trump is. A lot of us already knew who he was. He's a con man. All he cares about is money. So the Adelsons and AIPAC dangled some money in front of him, and he ran like a dog into this war. And he thought, oh, I'm going to be big and strong. Israel told me I'm going to be big and strong if I attack Iran, and then they'll surrender right away. And then when Iran counterattacks and our troops die, he'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know they were going to do that. Oh, we have to attack them more. We have to attack them more. And then Netanyahu's going to be laughing his ass off in the corner. Going, look at how easy it was to trick America into another war. I mean, how did we do it last time with Iraq? We gave them fake intelligence about WMD, and then we pretended we were their best ally. And whenever anybody gets asked, we show them wires. And Ted Cruz just did this with Tucker Carlson. Why is Israel our special ally? And he said, because they give us intelligence. Oops. They constantly give us fake intelligence so that we'll fight their enemies for them. That was Iraq 101. Here we are in Iran 101, the same exact thing. Oh, they have nukes. They have nukes. By the way, they start the war right afterwards. Netanyahu goes on Fox News and goes, oh, yeah, they didn't really have nukes. Idiot Americans, sucker Americans. You could put that after every Netanyahu sentence because that is what is implied. And he's the happiest man in the world right now. He's like, I did a genocide and I got America to pay for it. Now we're going to take all of Gaza. The cabinet already voted. They're going to take all of Gaza and they're going to drive out all the Palestinians and they're going to make America pay for it. And then they got America to attack Iran. And now American troops are going to pay for it because, again, I hope Iran is totally feckless, can't hit us at all, and our troops are safe. But that is unlikely. That is unlikely. And so when they get hit and they die, number one, it's totally on Donald Trump's hands. He did that. He left them exposed. He started a war. He didn't protect them. He lied about every single thing he ever said about war. That moron one day will probably come out and go, if I was president, this war would have never started. No, brother, it did start. And unlike the other wars, you started this one. You started it. You know who's not anti-war? An idiot who starts a war. So if those troops die, 100% on Donald J. Trump. And by the way, if Israel first disagrees, what do you mean, guys? You said, hey, Hamas started a war or conflict on October 7th. And so that's why everything that happens after that is Hamas's fault in Gaza. So under Israeli logic, anything that happens now, Israeli soldiers and civilians getting killed, American soldiers and civilians get killed, is all on Israel who started this war. It's all on Israel who started this war in the first place. And also Donald Trump who started the war. So, okay, now let's talk about the Iranian reaction and then we'll talk about MAGA reaction. And thank you to everyone who's donating and becoming a member. We love and appreciate you guys. We do this show for you guys, and we are unapologetically honest. So mainstream media kids are out there right now going, oh, these are very successful, strong strikes by Donald Trump. And we don't know yet. The war might already be over, and they might unconditionally surrender. They're hyping him up. So if Trump is watching cable news now, he's like, oh, I'm strong. There were precision strikes. I'm so good. War is great. Cable news told me war is great, just like they did before the Iraq war. Oops. So I can't. Arlene McCormick, thank you so much. I wish I could thank all of you guys. It's going by too fast, and I've got to give you more news. So let me give you news about Iran. Okay. A news anchor said, this is now from the New York Times, a news anchor said on Iranian state television, quote, Mr. Trump, you started it, and we will end it. So now, look, they always do tough guy talk and bravado. Do I think Iran's going to end it and they're going to wipe out us and Israel? No, right? But do I think that given that kind of statement in their propaganda outlets that they are saying, yes, we will strike back? Of course they're saying we're going to strike back. I mean, okay. And he says, and then the broadcast showed a large graphic of American bases in the Middle East with the headline, quote, within the fire range of Iran. So Donald Trump thinks that we're the only ones who have any weapons, that we're invincible, and the Israelis talked him into thinking that we're invincible. And so he thinks they can't strike back, and they won't because they're so scared of Trump. They're so scared of America and Israel. And we're going to find out. Maybe they are, and I hope they are. I hope they don't strike back. But that is very, very unlikely. Not how it works. Okay, so they say they're striking back. That's their state TV's propaganda. But what it does is it conveys what the government is thinking. So that is what the government is thinking. You are in our range, and we will likely be attacking U.S. bases. And when they do, a lot of morons will say no one could have seen it coming. And then Netanyahu will laugh in the corner again and go, we did it. We did it. We got the Americans killed so that they'll enter the broader war and do our job for us and pay for everything for us. Special ally. What kind of a moron would believe that? Okay. They give us intelligence. Hilarious. And then the only other reason, by the way, Ted Cruz gave to Tucker Carlson in that interview for why Israel's our special ally was because the same people who hate them hate us. Duh. Why do you think? idiot. They hate us because we back Israel as they attack those countries, as they occupy the Palestinians, as they attack southern Lebanon, western Syria, Yemen, Iran, etc. And then, oh, so the second reason we're supporting Israel is because they took their enemies and made them our enemies. Wow, what a great reason to support our special ally. Um, now, what did we drop on Iran? We dropped 30,000-pound bunker busters on Fordo. Fordo is the one that is most dug in by the holy city of Qom. We also dropped bombs on Natanz and Isfahan, and our military is saying that it was very successful and that they are, wiped out, and they believe that Fordo will not be operational. Now, how do they know that? They don't. They just know that they dropped the bombs, and they, hey, we dropped enough bombs on them that we think they're obliterated. Did they go underground to check? No. Those are dug in very deeply into the mountains. Did they survive? I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. It's 4:30 in the morning in Iran, and they just dropped the bombs. So America could say they're destroyed. Iran could say they are or they aren't. Well, if Iran says they are, they probably are, unless they're hiding it. But they could say they aren't, and they might be destroyed. So both sides are going to lie, and there's no way for us to know. Okay, so the most important thing is now I hope our troops are on super high alert. I hope we got Air Force there to protect them, etc. Because a strike against them is much, much more likely. Even Iran, there's a theory that Iran is running out of missiles. Well, because Iron Dome and the U.S. and Jordan and other countries have knocked out so many of their missiles that didn't land in Israel. So if that theory is true, it's actually worse for us. Why? Because are you going to waste the rest of your missiles trying to hit Israel when they have Iron Dome and all this protection, and 95% of your missiles aren't going to get through? Or are you going to use your limited missiles on American bases that have no Iron Dome and have limited protection, where you are much more likely to get a clean strike? Or when you activate your cells, if they have sleeper cells nearby the bases, which is where Iran would put them, and you'll be a lot closer to our bases. Again, they have a lot less protection than Israel does. So that's why I'm saying they're sitting ducks. So, and when that happens, everyone on TV will go on and go, that's it. America's killed by Iran. Iran monster terrorists. I can't believe that they think they have a right to defend themselves. No, that's it. We got to get to a much bigger war. And the goalpost, write it down in stone. Remember, just like in Iraq, they said that it was about WMD, and then they switched it to regime change because there never was any WMD. It was fake Israeli intelligence. Now, this war, same exact thing. They start with WMD. That's what a nuke is, a weapon of mass destruction, with a fake intelligence about a nuke. Tulsi Gabbard said in congressional hearings that Iran does not have a nuclear weapons program and has not had one since 2003. So we know definitively that they did not have a bomb. These were nuclear energy facilities. They were enriching uranium at higher levels now as a threat of, well, one day, many years from now, we might have a bomb. If we started making a bomb and we enriched uranium enough and we put the two together, many, many, many years later, like any country that has a nuclear energy program, theoretically that could happen. But did they actually have a bomb? No. Were they close to having a bomb? No. Netanyahu even said after the invasion, he went on with Bret Baier on Fox News, and he said they were at least a year away. So then what did you say they were weeks away for? But on the other hand, as you guys have likely seen, he said that in 1995, 1996, 2006, 2012. He's been trying to drag us into this war the entire time, and he succeeded. He's the happiest man in the world right now. So now, MAGA, we're going to find out who you are. So the left has always been anti-war. You could say, oh, the Democratic politicians are crooks, and sure they are. You could say that they followed all of Israel's orders when Biden and Kamala Harris were in charge, and that's true. See, it's not hard to be honest. I know for a lot of partisans on the left and the right, oh, no, our side are angels, and the other side is devils, right? But back here on planet Earth, did Biden follow Israel's orders? Yes. On the other hand, did he authorize a strike against Iran? Netanyahu's been asking for that strike forever and ever. No, he didn't. And Netanyahu didn't think he could get it under a Democratic administration. So you could say all you want about, oh, Democrats are pro-war, but they didn't start this war. And Trump claimed to be anti-war, and he just started it. So we've been open-minded the entire time. I've taken up so many bullets for saying that I think that the people who voted for Trump, a lot of them are independents, a lot of them are in the middle, a lot of them are actually anti-war. And then even some portion of MAGA is truly anti-war. Now we're going to get to find out. So if all the Trump voters go back and go, oh, if Trump started it, then yay, I'm pro-war. Okay, then I'll come out and say, oh, my bad, man. It turns out they were total frauds. All the other left-wing hosts were right. They were stupid cultists. And they just went and started licking Trump's boots and started putting on pro-war pom-poms. Okay? And by the way, if you do that and you're MAGA, then you'll have earned it. You'll have earned it. All your yappity yap about being anti-war wasn't anti-war. You were pro-Trump. And you do whatever Trump tells you, like Trump does whatever Netanyahu tells him. Congratulations. By the transitive property, you'll do anything Netanyahu will tell you. But that hasn't happened yet. Okay? So that's what almost the entire left expects. Me, I'm in the middle. I'm curious, MAGA. For the independents who voted for Trump, who are anti-war, libertarians, etc., no, come on. You could, yes, I'm out. The left can say I'm out on a limb, no problem. Those guys are actually anti-war, and they're gonna hate this. The libertarians hate this. A lot of the independents partly voted on anti-war. They're gonna hate this. I know you don't believe it on the left. I know you think every Trump voter is a liar, but they're voters. They're not politicians. They have no reason to lie. And when they say things that you hate, it's not like they're shy about it. It's not like, oh, should we tell them we don't like immigrants? No, they just come out and tell you, all in usually very clear and outrageous ways, right? So in this case, I think a good chunk of them will say, I'm done with Trump, and his poll numbers will drop. A lot of them will have that effect. Now, when you get into MAGA, will a big chunk of them go right back to doing whatever Trump tells them? Of course, of course. And by the way, if you're a Democrat and you feel super smug about that, when the Democrats told you that Joe Biden was young and dynamic, did you believe them? A lot of you, especially if you're in the Young Turks audience, you didn't believe them. And we started a petition, and we didn't believe them. And we fought authority. We fought power on our own side, okay? So now we're going to get to see if MAGA and the anti-war crowd on the right meant it, or if they're fake tough guys. And when their leader says heal, that they heal just like the establishment Democrats did when they were told that Biden was young and dynamic. And they all repeated, Biden is young and dynamic. He is not too old. He is the best Democrat to run against Trump. Okay? So some percentage of the left did that. You know we did. I didn't do it. The Young Turks audience didn't do it. A lot of progressives, by the way, didn't do it. The far left didn't do it. That one is on establishment Democrats. They did that. So you think that there isn't going to be some on MAGA who do the same exact thing and go, oh, Donald Trump started it, so I'm totally fine with it. Oh, Daddy Trump. Oh, Daddy Trump. Are we pro-war now, Daddy? So will there be a portion of MAGA that does that? You betcha. Okay? And the question is there a portion of MAGA who meant it and who don't care what a stupid politician says? And they said America first, and they meant America first. They didn't mean Israel first and America 32nd after Qatar and all the other people that Donald Trump is taking donations from, or jets, or bribes, legal or otherwise, and all the money that's being funneled to him from all the different sides: UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Israel, the Adelsons, AIPAC, etc. If you think Donald Trump doesn't care about money, brother, man, please stop being so naive. Jesus. All right. So, look, you know what I think. UnitedAgainstWar.com. UnitedAgainstWar.com. So that's our pledge. They're going to vote on the War Powers Resolution next week. And that is all of Congress getting on the record. Are you for letting the president start a war without authority? Because number one, it starts the war. That means you're voting for the war. Number two, it is unconstitutional for the president to declare war without Congress declaring war. And we are clearly have gone to war with Iran. So it is indisputably unconstitutional. Okay, are you going to care about that, MAGA? To be determined. To be determined, okay? Now is there a real... I get it that Bannon and Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they probably thought, well, we'll kiss up to Donald Trump first because we don't want to anger him. Maybe we bring him back to America first. Well, now it's too late. He started the war, okay? So are you going to still kissy-kissy? You still going to polish the boots? Or are you going to be men and women of strength and honor? We're all going to find out. We're all going to find out. So guys, make sure that you not only sign the pledge at unitedagainstwar.com, but more importantly, take account of how your congressperson votes. Vote within your own primary, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, or a libertarian that votes on either side, or an independent that votes on either side. Go in the primaries, so it's not about one party versus another. Go inside the primaries and make sure that everyone in Congress who votes yes on this war is voted out forever and ever. I mean, wouldn't it be a dream if it was the last vote they ever took? And for the first time, they had to take into account not just the donor class, but the voter class, the actual American citizens. If we were united on the left and the right and the middle, and we actually said no more wars, and we meant no more wars, and that there is consequences for starting a war, and we actually voted the bums out. And I don't just say that to the Republicans. If there's a Democrat that votes pro-war, and I bet you there'll be a lot of them, first of all, they might as well hang a sign around their neck that says, Israel first, Israel first. And if you're a moron reporter and you don't think that AIPAC, being the #1 donor to Congress this election cycle, affects how Congress votes, please retire. You're embarrassing. You're super embarrassing. No, these politicians are so honorable. They're not affected by hundreds of millions of dollars AIPAC gave them. That's what you're saying. Are you insane? That's a ludicrous conspiracy theory that politicians are so brave and honorable that they're not affected by the money that donors give them, like AIPAC did. So they work for those guys, but there's got to be consequences. They're supposed to work for us. If you're a Democrat or Republican, vote against anyone who votes yes on this war. If you're a Republican, you better hold Trump accountable. Otherwise, you're just as big a fraud as he is. And we'll know forever to never listen to you guys again. If you yap about freedom of speech or cancel culture or anti-war, if you don't do anything about this, we'll know, oh, yeah, those guys. Oh, they're just ass kissers. Oh, MAGA? Oh, yeah, they'll just be lapdogs for Trump. Look, it's not my decision. It's your decision. I'm the only one who thinks that some of you actually are going to rebel, that you are going to be people who actually care about the issue. And everyone else on the left says, no effing way, Jen. No, MAGA are all lapdogs, all cultists, and they actually love war, and they were lying the whole time. Now we find out. What are you made of? We found out about Trump today. He's a warmonger, liar, fraud. Now we're going to find out about MAGA and Trump voters. All right, I love you guys. Thank you, all of you, for people who did super chat, people who became members. Brave and honest. You know, man, we've taken a lot of heat from a lot of people. The Israel First crowd despises us. I got my name written on an IDF bomb. So we've been trying to end Israel's wars and war crimes from day one. And I appreciate everybody who helped, because without you guys, it'd already be out of business. So we love you guys. We do this show for you. This is a show of the people, by the people, for the people. And for those of you who believe in each other, who believe in your fellow Americans, thank you. Thank you. Let's, again, unitedagainstwar.com. Let's all do the best we can in pushing back and try to end this war as quickly as we can before it gets into a bigger mess. All right, let's go keep doing independent media together and hold the powerful accountable. As soon as there's updates, I'll be back and I'll give them to you.